This morning, I dropped this camera out of my Jeep and scratched the hell out of the lens. So rate probably, I don't know, in this region or something, there's going to be a splotch on these videos probably forever until I either get a new camera or decide to take this one apart. So that sucks. What doesn't suck is that I've got my LED strip working now. And I'm remembering from a year and a half ago when I was doing this project before that color mixing and fading and all of that stuff is much more complicated than it seems at first. So for instance, I wanted to like send a random color down this strip. The way this program, this is like kind of a demo, works is it puts a random color in LED 1. This whole thing works like a two-dimensional array basically. It puts a random color in here and then just shifts it down the strip. And every time it shifts, it fades it by a specified scalar. You might think that if you just set the R, G, and B channels to some random integer, that you would get like beautiful random colors. But the reality is that if you do that, you just get more or less white. So remembering back to when I was working on this project, doing color actually gets quite complicated. So, you know, if I want to have more of a pink like this, I'll allow the red channel to go higher with a small range of blue mixed in. So for instance, what's going on right now is that the red channel is a random integer from 100 to 255, 255 being the max that the channel is even capable of receiving. And then the blue channel is random from 100 to 120, so you get basically pink. A fun artifact of that is that down here, you end up with red left over, more or less, at the end. That's it for LED strips today. I got to help a kid with her project that she's doing that's kind of related. I'm not going to say that, actually. She's doing a really fun medical project where she's monitoring the heart rate of her cat. And if her cat's heart rate goes above a threshold, it starts like buzzing buzzers and stuff on the cat, hopefully to scare away whatever predator is making its heart rate go up. The funny thing about this is that I think it's just going to cause the cat to have a heart attack. We will see. Also, feel the burn. Bernie Sanders, that's my man. It might not actually be my man. I'm just troll. I totally forgot that I was going to work on my dad's Christmas present. I didn't end up seeing him like last week, and I'm seeing him tomorrow. Way overdue to see him. I feel bad for, you know, not going to see him last week, but it didn't work last week. I need it to be done tonight, so I'm going to stick around and finish that up before I go home. That means more awesome Husqvarna sewing machine that I love. I really never thought I would care this much about sewing machines, but I totally care this much about sewing machines. This thing, I said, is really nice. Look at stuff like this. This is the front. This is the thing that normally goes on there when the embroidery attachment isn't there. Just a bunch of bobbins with all the different colors that you'll need. It's awesome. This thing is super, super fancy. The thing I didn't do last time that totally screwed me was use this stuff. This is backing. It's totally key. It has to go on the back side of what you're going to embroider, and it helps stabilize the fabric. I can remember how this goes. So this has to go on the outside. Cool. This is the fanciest thing this machine does. If the thread breaks or gets pulled out of the needle, it like knows. I think it's using like capacitance, or I have no idea how it's doing this actually, but I think it's awesome. It's probably tension actually. Well, I got a lot farther this time, but the needle broke and it made a effing hole in the shirt. So now I have to go get a third polo and try it again. I think the needle got bent, and then it probably collided with the, I don't know, the bobbin hook. I don't know what you would call it, but, and then it broke the needle, and then it ran for a few stitches, and it just totally tore up the fabric. So can't win them all. I will try this again probably tomorrow, but that'll be the third wasted polo shirt, which kind of sucks. Anyway, all right, time to edit this vlog and go home.